Filip, I spoke to you briefly for a quick interview. I also watched your interview with Box Nation, and there seems to be this theme that you feel like Joe Joyce is finished. You said that he's damaged. Do you stand by that? Tell us more.
Man, he's 40 years old, so he's not...
Actually 39, but
okay.
Near enough. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. Then if 39, then he's young. I didn't know that. I thought you're 40. But look, he's definitely not in the peak of his career, and
you got a lot of mileage on the clock too.
Fighters getting older, and that's just reality. And I'm 7 years younger, and I think it's gonna play the role in this fight.
He's 40 years old, man. He's old. And let me counterpunch. You know what? Leave it to Filip Hrgovic to talk smack. And, you know, one thing I liked about Hrgovic, he knows how to promote a fight. You know, he has an opinion. He is a very verbal in there, you know, especially when it comes to talking trash, right? And, you know, calling the man 40, he's like, I'm 39. He's like, oh, I didn't know that 39, you're young then, you know. He's a smart ass, you know, and I'll say this. Filip Hrgovic is good at promoting fights. However, he has to deliver. And that being said, if he gets whooped by a 39-year-old, it's going to look bad on him, you know, because remember, we've seen this shit before when he said that Daniel Dubois has muscles but no balls. If you guys can remember that, right? In the face-off there, or the gloves are off, or whichever it was, right? And, you know, and he got beat that fight. And he did say, hey, if I lose to Daniel Dubois, I will retire. Well, obviously that's not true. So, you know, a lot of times don't let your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash, right? So in this case, let's hope that's not the case with Filip Hrgovic. But him calling Joe Joyce 40, I mean, it is true. He is 40, you know, and he called him slow like fog, right? And that was funny too. It's like, oh, what? You know, and he's like, fog, you know, fog, you know, this fog, you know, like cloud, you know, and, you know, he's very humorous. And I'll say this about Filip Hrgovic while I'm talking about the way he speaks. I know that's what his like second language or whatnot. However, I wonder if that is his inability to talk faster, because it does take him a while to formulate these words, maybe because it's the second language, but maybe that could be a sign of punch drunk. Maybe, you know, because I haven't heard him talk in his native tongue. You know, normally it's but when I talk in another language, you see what I mean? So people tend to be slower in their second language because it doesn't sway as fast as, you know, their native tongue, right? Just off the tongue, like, you know, like Manny, right? So it's like, versus I would like to think the people, you know, so it tends to be slower. So maybe I'm just looking, maybe I'm reaching, but, you know, I just, you know, you can't overlook it, people. But you guys tell me what you think about Filip Hrgovic calling Joe Joyce a senior citizen. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.